Couple things we're watching heading into tonight's lock. As far as Atlanta goes, Garrison Matthews had to be helped off the court with an ankle sprain. I thought, oh, well, Trent Forrest is going to get some run. Let's see what he can do. He didn't make it off the bench last game. So we talked about him in our last video, hoping he would be available for this coming game week. I would pass on that. One game this week. It's against a tough Philly defense. If Forrest does play and play well on Wednesday, with Indiana and Washington coming up, he could be somebody to look at for next week. All right, so Sacramento had kind of a strange weekend. One of the things we were watching was Davion Mitchell because he's a 5L10 heading into this week. They got blown out yesterday and he only played 10. Keon Ellis came in and played 12 in the blowout and he was effective. So I'm kind of hopeful that Mitchell maintains his minutes this week. They've got a couple good matchups. If he can get in that 14, 15-minute range, I think at a 5L10, he's definitely worth a look. The other thing I watch in Sacramento all the time is the big man rotation. Alex Len hadn't played the previous two games and got in for 10 minutes last night. McGee, 8, 7, 6. Not really enough to do anything for you. He'd probably need 12 or 13 minutes. It seems like they're splitting him up, so I'm kind of avoiding those guys right now. Right, so Jordan McLaughlin seems to have solidified his rotation minutes. He got 13 in each game over the weekend. He had an 18 and a 20 in just 13 minutes both times, so productive. He's been good. Coach has been talking about how well he's playing, so I'm sure he's still in the lineup this week. Orlando and Boston on a back-to-back. I expect him to be in some capacity in one or both of those games, so I think you can deploy him this week at an L10 of 8. Cade Cunningham left last night's game after 11 minutes with a strained knee. I don't have any update on his prognosis. I do know I like Killian Hayes as the top option to replace him in the starting lineup. I think he gets a lot more minutes going forward if Cade is out. Sasser's still on my watch list for sure. I like him. Hayes actually has a falling L10. You'll hear about that in tonight's video that goes over next game week. I think he's a good pickup regardless of whether Cade misses time or not. Burks has been good. I think he's going to continue to play more and more. That L10 is on the rise. If you have a Burks, this might be a good time to sell. Bogdanovich put up a couple clunkers. I think his L10 is still too low. If Cade is out for any extended period, expect Bohan to shoulder the load on offense. Jalen Duren actually has a low L10 too. He's a little more expensive, but I think he's going to have to take on a little more offensive responsibility, and he's certainly capable. Chris Paul broke his hand over the weekend for Golden State, so he's going to be out until at least mid-February. It's going to get really interesting to see what happens here. I wanted to see what happened yesterday. Moses Moody finally played again here, some decent minutes, 22. Corey Joseph's picking up some of the slack. That's kind of what I expect with Paul out. But you may see more point Draymond Green when he returns. Steph will obviously have the ball in his hands a lot more. Right now I'm just watching Joseph's minutes. I'm going to watch what happens with Moody. And then when Green gets back, I think he's an auto play. With Gary Trent out over the weekend, Chris Boucher got 28 minutes, put up 35 points. And then last night, he only played 16 minutes, but he put up 35 points again. Hopefully he can get his minutes up into the 20s, at least low 20s some of these nights. I would definitely use him this week. Top 200 this week. I got some rewards to claim, so let's go check out what we've got here. Common tier 4. Oh, this probably isn't going to be very good. Wow. So Bogdanovich is a tier 4. Okay, well, I actually really like him. We'll be talking about him tonight. His L10 is 36, but it's coming down. It's actually like 32 right now, and I think it's getting lower. He's going to be usable in the very near future. Austin Reeves. Okay, so Austin Reeves, not bad. Not bad. Could be worse. Good luck to you all in game week 22. Hopefully you bought some of those guys I was talking about on Friday because they had really nice game week 21s. I will be dropping for my subscribers another video tonight scheduled for 6 o'clock right after lineup lock. To get you prepared for game week 23. Scoop them up before the rest of the crowd gets to them. My subscribers get notified right away. Good luck everybody. Have a good week.